Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Times with James. Today we are off to Granada in Spain. We're going to visit the ancient Alhambra Palace and beautiful gardens within. We're also going to go up to the Sierra Nevada mountains, one of the few places in Europe where you can ski in the morning and then sunbathe with an Aperol in the afternoon. We're going to stop at a random dam and get some beautiful drone footage and just eat and drink lovely food and walk around the beautiful old city. So pop along with us guys, please hit that subscribe button. This should be a lovely, relaxing video. So let's get on with it guys, kick your feet up and let's go to Spain. Bumhead and I had arrived in Spain for a short break and we were sharing the time with my older sister Dawn and Michael, her husband, who I love annoying. One of the rare breaks where we stay in a hotel, we were out on the streets exploring the city straight away. Granada is in the south of Spain in a region known as Andalusia and has a unique Moorish history and also a unique position in Spain, being right near the Sierra Nevada but also within an hour's drive of the Costa del Sol. But before exploring any of that, we needed to find coffee and then soon after, beer. Granada is a very popular tourist destination in the south of Spain. People flock from all over the world to see the Alhambra Palace that we'll be visiting later in the video, but also to ski at the Sierra Nevada ski station and to enjoy the beautiful city architecture in the Granada neighbourhood known as the Alhambra. That's if I'm saying it correctly, with its fine examples of Moorish construction. Granada in Spanish means pomegranate, and if you visit Granada yourself, you'll notice that every street bollard is in the form of a pomegranate.
Annually, it is also the most popular monument in Spain. Built on the largely inaccessible Sabica Hill overlooking the city of Granada, its most distinctive phase began in the 11th century as the Alhambra, Red Fort, of the Ziridian rulers. My pronunciation.
We spent the first day there exploring the city, having a good look round and just roaming around completely aimlessly. We also went up the Alhambra Hill to book ourselves in for the Alhambra Palace tour. Guys, if you are going to Granada and you want to see the Alhambra, which I highly recommend anyway, make sure you book before you go. Anyway, let's have a look around Granada together.
Down there, they're diverting the stream to a big tube.
Maybe that's the aqua park.
The aqua park. Oh, look at you, Emily. Oh, you're having so much fun in Spain. It's always time for a piece to camera. It's roasting on, isn't it? Gorgeous. Hopefully you're going to be able to film inside an Arabic bath, but we'll see what happens. Great thing about Spain, and this is obviously helped by the climate, is everything seems to happen out on the street, like this wedding that we randomly came across. Weddings in Spain aren't as mental as they are in England, are they, Dawn? No! We spent the rest of the day strolling aimlessly around Granada, sampling the lovely food, the free tapas that you get when you buy a bottle of wine, and the strange street artists that seem to be everywhere. We got an early night and a good night's sleep because on the next day we were going up the Sierra Nevada. The Sierra Nevada is clearly visible from my hotel room and also where it's about 35 degrees. It contains the highest point of continental Spain and the third highest in Europe, with the largest mountain being Mulhacén, which I hope I've said right, at 3,479 metres, or 11,414 feet above sea level. It's a popular tourist destination because it's so far south. As I said earlier, you could ski in the morning and then go down to the Costa del Sol and sunbathe in the afternoon. I'm hoping you can hear us at the moment, but we're currently up in the mountains about 2,500 feet above the city of Granada. Actually, the air is a lot thinner, isn't it? Oh God, I am the highest dogging site in Spain according to him. So we're going to have a little exploration and also get the drone up as well to show you some beautiful footage from this area. It's going to be gorgeous! Goes without saying, it's fairly windy. Oh, and it's fairly knackering. Far off in the distance here you can see Granada in the foothills, probably about 20 miles away, and also the ski resort town of Sierra Nevada, which kind of felt a little bit like the hotel in The Shining. It was all out of season and empty and strange, along with this lovely memorial up there. I didn't fly the drone for very long. There were other people in the area and I didn't want to annoy anyone with the whistling away at the drone, and also it was very, very windy up there. A few minutes later we decided that we were going to head back down the mountain into a small village that I cannot pronounce the name of to find some lunch. After about 1 million hairpins and a reasonably hairy drive down the mountain, I'm going to try and say the village name now, we arrived in a place called Gujar Sierra, I think that's how you say it. But it's an absolutely gorgeous little place, one of those little gems that you find, and obviously I've whacked the GoPro on the top of the car here and you'll see a lovely journey as we went up through into the main heart of the village. This was true Spain. There weren't any tourists about, it was just the people who lived there. So we stopped off and went into the local mini market. Well, that was a fun drive. Grabbed loads of picnic essentials and a couple of beers as well, and then drove off to have a look at a dam and a huge reservoir that was a few minutes outside of the village. The heat was incredible. This was at the height of the day now. You can probably see that we're casting no shadows. The sun was just beating down on us. Also, it was a very quiet area as well, probably another one of Mick's favourite dogging spots. It was a perfect opportunity to launch the drone and get some beautiful footage of the surrounding area. There were also huge carp in the lake as well, and it was really cool to get the drone down that they seemed to be attracted to get some lovely shots of them as well. After we'd finished our lunch and sipped a nice ice cold beer, the pool back at the hotel started to call for us, so we carried on further down the hill back to Granada. The next day we'd be visiting the Alhambra. The Alhambra in Granada is the must-see attraction and is apparently one of the most visited attractions, like I said earlier on, in Spain. For this reason, it is really quite difficult to get any great footage of it. I kept getting told off every time I did a piece to camera, so there's not going to be many piece to cameras during this. And also, every time I use the gimbal, someone would come over and say, no gimbals, no selfies. I was like, what? This is a massive gimbal. But anyway, so we'll have a look around while I do a voiceover. We'll listen to some lovely music together and have a look at the beautiful gardens as well. Also, I managed to get the drone up early one morning so I could get some lovely aerial shots of the Alhambra as well. The thing that everyone who visits the Alhambra will take away from them is the beautiful Moorish and Islamic writings and scripts on all the walls. They're absolutely gorgeous and so intricate. You think one wall would be enough like this, but there's a whole palace there that is effectively made of these panels, and it's absolutely fantastic to go and see. The Alhambra, which translates as the Red One, is a kind of palace and fortress complex. It was originally constructed as a small fortress in AD 889, so well before I was born. Then it was pretty much forgotten and rebuilt in the mid-13th century by Nasrid Emir Mohammed Ben Al-Ahmar. I hope I've said that right. Who kind of built everything as you see it today. It's crazy to think that over the next few centuries the Moorish art was damaged and also whitewashed to the point where you couldn't really see it, and in 1812 some of the towers were destroyed by the French under Count Sebastiani. Thanks mate. There was an earthquake in 1821 that caused further damage, but by 1828 restoration work was being undertaken by Jose Contreras. In the 1930s Leopoldo Torres Balbas, which I hope I've said right again, was a young architect, and he opened up arcades that had been walled up, re-excavated, filled up pools, replaced missing tiles, completed inscriptions that lacked portions of their stuccoed lettering, and installed a ceiling in the still unfinished palace of Charles V. And that is the work that we are seeing today. All that love and devotion still carries on with the restoration work today. Personally for me, my favourite bit was getting lost in the general life garden. You can just walk around there for ages. The gardens are so peaceful and so relaxing, where they're all being watered and the flowers are out, with a lovely view over Granada as well. It's just a lovely, lovely place to spend a good few hours walking around. Alhambra isn't a World Heritage Site for nothing, and it's definitely one of the places, if you're within an hour or two of it when you're in Andalusia, take some time out to go and visit it. It's something you'll never ever forget. It's amazing. It was our last full day in Granada, and we spent it in a bar on a hill just below the Alhambra, watching the sun go down. It's the last night. It's the last night of this fantastic trip.
You feel the heat as you came up, didn't you?
Yeah, it is miles hotter down up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is down there.
The stones just had the heat of the sun on it all day, isn't it? It's
Awesome. Guys, it's been a lovely trip. I've had a great time. I hope you have as well with us. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like. Please comment as well. This is a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to come out to Granada, definitely do it. There's lots to see, and there's lots to see in Andalusia in general. Anyway, I'm off back to the hotel to get my stuff packed. Also, we're going on a little bit of a spa thing this afternoon, so no cameras, Emily said. So I'll be doing that. So, as I said, hit that subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you all. Mwah.